like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe.
Hello and welcome to How to Fix It. A few months ago, I looked at Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which was a film that took Beatles songs and strung a narrative through them. And it wasn't a very good movie. But did you know that they tried that concept again 30 years later? Yeah, it was called Across the Universe, and it's not that bad. It's just like Sgt. Pepper in that it has a lot of famous people in it, but without the robots and gimp suits with the voice of auto-tuned Stephen Hawking. So before I even started watching it, Across the Universe was way better than Sgt. Pepper. But does the music hold up to the originals, or even Sgt. Pepper? Is the plot easier to understand? Let's find out.
Out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe.
The film starts in the 60s with Jude.
Hey Jude.
Yes, that Jude, a young shipyard worker from Liverpool, who enlists in the Merchant Navy and jumps ship in New Jersey, hoping to find his American GI father, whom he has never met and who he believes is a professor at Princeton. Jude's father is actually the janitor there, and after meeting him, Jude meets Max Kerrigan, a privileged and rebellious student. Jude ends up going with Max to his house for Thanksgiving, where he meets Lucy, Max's sister, whose boyfriend is currently in Vietnam, and becomes attracted to her. After that, Max drops out of school, and Jude and him move to New York and join a bohemian enclave with the aspiring singer Sadie. A man named Jojo moves to New York after his younger brother is killed during the Detroit riots, during two of the best arranged songs from the film, Let It Be and Come Together, the latter sang by Joe Cocker.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Come together right now over me.
Jojo joins Sadie's band and begins a relationship with her, causing Prudence, a girl living with them who had a crush on Sadie, to be crushed, and causes her to disappear during a peace rally. Lucy also joins them after her boyfriend is killed in Vietnam and she's about to start college. At a concert/party/whatever it was, the group gets doped out on LSD and ends up stranded in what's most likely upstate New York after Bono sings I Am the Walrus. This leads to them finding Prudence, who is performing in Mr. Kite's circus. They return home and Sadie is forced by her manager to drop her backing band, causing Jojo to break up with her and storm out. Max is drafted and deployed, and so Sadie joins the anti-war movement. Jude remains apolitical and begins to dislike the amount of time she spends with the movement and suspects that the leader, Paco, is attempting to seduce Lucy. This leads to my favorite version of Strawberry Fields Forever that I've heard. Jude storms the anti-war movement's office and starts pointing out their hypocrisy during a rendition of Revolution, causing Lucy to break up with him. He attempts to get her back at a protest, but is arrested and deported. With the group separated, Jojo starts playing solo in bars, Sadie drowns her sorrows in booze, despite her career skyrocketing, Max is wounded in Vietnam but returns home dependent on morphine, and Lucy leaves the anti-war movement after she learns that Paco is making bombs. One of those explodes, killing Paco and destroying the office, leading Jude to believe that Lucy also perished after reading about the explosion in the paper. However, Max tells them that she's alive, and Jude returns to the U.S. legally and reunites with Jojo, Sadie, and Prudence, who have now formed a band. They put on a rooftop concert and convince the police to let Lucy up so she and Jude can reconcile, and the movie ends with everyone being happy together.
Out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe.
Unlike Sgt. Pepper, I can't say that the story was unable to be followed. It's a pretty concise movie, and I understood what was going on throughout the entire thing. Except for the LSD scene with I Am the Walrus, but I don't think anyone else understands that either. And the cameos for this one were really good. Not Steve Martin and Alice Cooper good, but good. Joe Cocker, Bono, Eddie Izzard, and Salma Hayek were great. The scene with Let It Be was also pretty damn awesome, and I thought it was one of the best scenes in the film, along with the scene when Max got drafted during I Want You, She's So Heavy, and the scene after the group splits with Happiness is a Warm Gun. The arrangements were fantastic, with me liking in particular, With a Little Help from My Friends, Revolution, and Strawberry Fields Forever. Overall, it's a great movie, and less people got injured, so it's miles ahead of that other Bono and Julie Taymor musical.
Out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe.
I have to say, the version in this film of Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite is much weaker than the one from Sgt. Pepper. Nothing against Eddie Izzard, but the Bee Gees did it way better. Other than that, this film was pretty good, and I have no other gripes, except that Sgt. Pepper did some of the songs better. I just don't like it as much as Sgt. Pepper.
Out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe.
Like I said, most of my gripes are with the arrangements, and only because I really did like Sgt. Pepper, for all its bizarre and confusing elements. This is a solid movie and a very well-made musical. The acting is good, and I'll be honest, the only thing that could have made it a better film would have been cameos from Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. I know why they weren't in Sgt. Pepper, but I figured I'd have at least seen them in this one. This wasn't a bad movie. So that was Across the Universe, which was a pretty decent film using some of my favorite music. And the lack of robots in gimp suits with the voice of auto-tuned Stephen Hawking was a high point of this film. No, I'm not letting those damn robots go. They ruined She's Leaving Home. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. If you'd like to see more of how to fix it, you can hit the subscribe button down there. And if you'd like, you can also leave a comment in the box that's even farther below. And hey, if you like this video, show it to your friends and share it around. See you next time.
Guaranteed to raise a smile. So may I introduce to you the acting of a